While Karen at the airport first time posting here. It didn't happen to me but got to watch the show. English is my second language, so sorry for any mistakes. I went to visit my home country for Christmas, and on the return flight I had to make a connection in Panama at about 4 a.m. Everything was going well and fine until I reached the gate. Now, the flight had been delayed due to bad weather and was picking up passengers from about 3 different flights before continuing flying south. The gate attendant explained this over the intercom and reminded that due to the flight being at full capacity, we were only allowed one carry-on with us aboard. This is when Karen, who was only missing the haircut and had 2 carry-ons, started to grumble. About 15 minutes pass and Karen marches to the boarding desk, demanding to know why the plane wasn't there yet. The attendant explained to her again why it was delayed, told her the plane would be in about 40 minutes. Karen kept on complaining. Most of us were trying not to pay her much attention since most of us were sleep-deprived and tired. Eventually the plane arrives, starts disembarking its passengers, and the attendant starts calling for us to make a line once our boarding group was called so we could board. While everyone was standing, Karen went up to the front of the line. Nobody paid attention, believing she was with the first group. When the attendant asks for her ticket, Karen hands it over and the attendant points out she's in group 4 and must wait for her group to be called. This did not sit well with Karen, who demanded to be let on first as compensation for making her wait and wasting her time. They argued for a bit, but because the flight was already late, the attendant just gave up and started to scan her ticket. That's when she noticed that Karen had 2 carry-on bags. The attendant told her again that due to the packed flight, she would only be allowed 1 suitcase while the other would have to be registered and sent with the cargo, and gestured to the other attendant to start processing her bag. That's when Karen lost it and started complaining how this was ridiculous and demanded she better be let on with her 2 bags. The attendant, starting to get fed up with this, told her to calm down and that it could not be helped. Karen kept complaining and we started to get annoyed because it was about 5 a.m. and we just wanted to get on the flight. Seeing that this was going nowhere, the other attendant called the next person in line and started boarding while the OG attendant and Karen fought. At some point an elderly woman boards with a man who was probably her son or something, and the guy is carrying what was obviously his and the woman's carry-on, and Karen renewed her tantrum over why he was allowed 2 bags while she was only allowed 1. At about that point it was my turn and I got to board. I don't know what happened to Karen after that, but I'm pretty sure she was not allowed to get on the flight since I was in one of the rows near the front and didn't see her pass at any point.